Like Australia, Germany is facing a growing challenge from cybercrime, with authorities warning the country remains one of the world's primary targets for digital attacks. New figures show hundreds of thousands of cases each year, with massive economic damage running into the hundreds of billions of euros. Deutsche Welle correspondent Thomas Sparrow joins us now from Berlin. Thomas, g'day. So tell us more about those figures and what German authorities are doing to strengthen cyber defences.
What these figures reveal is that Germany remains a very attractive target for cybercriminals, both from an economic perspective and from a political perspective. We're talking here of around 335,000 cases that German authorities recorded last year alone. That's a very significant number, and authorities actually stressed that the actual number could be much higher because many cases remain unreported. And beyond this, the economic damage has also been described as being very significant, around 200 billion euros in damages. And just to put that into context, that's around 4.5% of Germany's GDP. What German authorities are actually doing are incrementing their legal capabilities, their technical capabilities as well, because they believe that cyber criminality is evolving very quickly. In fact, one of the trends that they believe could happen in 2026 is actually cyber criminals using quantum computing to enhance their cyber crime. So obviously German authorities are trying to keep up with the pace as well. And something else which is particularly relevant is trying to increase international cooperation, because most of the 335,000 cases that were registered actually came from abroad, which poses a very significant challenge for German authorities when it comes to finding who was behind those cyber attacks and then obviously prosecuting them as well.
And so why is Germany such a significant target for cyber criminals compared to other countries?
Germany is one of the most important economies in the world. It is at the center of the European Union. It has significant critical infrastructure and major companies that are obviously very important around the world. So from an economic perspective, Germany is a very significant target. I already mentioned some of the actual numbers. But politically, Germany is also very significant and very important for cyber criminals, in particular for its support of Ukraine. German authorities believe that many of the attacks, many of the cyber attacks are actually politically motivated, and they may have come from the Russian sphere of influence, if you will. That is something that was seen not only when it comes to companies that were attacked, but also, for example, public services that were attacked in several cities, or also public offices. So it's not only about the economy, it's not only about ransomware, if you will, but it's also about the political impact that comes with so-called hacktivists, in particular from the Russian sphere of influence. That's something that for German authorities remains a very significant challenge, and that explains why Germany remains a significant target for cyber criminals, both from an economic point of view, but also from a political point of view as well.
And Thomas, you mentioned quantum computing before. Authorities warn that AI is changing the threat landscape. How exactly are cyber criminals using these new technologies?
So they are using AI in particular to speed things up when it comes, for example, to sending phishing emails in various languages very quickly using the style of specific companies. So one element where authorities see AI being used is precisely to make things much more easy for cyber criminals and much more advanced for them as well. This has the impact that it lowers the bar also for potential cyber criminals that want to enter the business. They don't need all the skills that were needed in the past. A second element in which AI is being used is to find specific gaps, specific weaknesses in IT systems in German companies. That's something else that's a significant concern for German authorities. However, experts have also warned that just as AI is being used by cyber criminals to speed things up, AI can also be used in a defensive way to help companies and help institutions specifically find those gaps before they're actually attacked by cyber criminals. So essentially, German authorities in that report, where they mentioned those statistics, also stressed that the situation is evolving very quickly from an economic perspective, but also evolving very quickly from a technological perspective as well. And that's why they basically need to keep up with the pace as well.
OK, Thomas Sparrow there in Berlin.